Hello Happy Crocheters, this is Lindsay from windingroadcrochet.com, and today we are going to learn how to Tunisian crochet. This is part 1 of lesson 1 of my Tunisian crochet course. Every lesson has both a written as well as a video portion, so it's good to go ahead and review both to get the most benefit out of these lessons. Here we have some examples of Tunisian crochet. It has a very unique looking stitches, and some of the stitches will look like knit. So let's go ahead and get started with how to Tunisian crochet. To start Tunisian crochet, we will be making a foundation row, and the beginning of the foundation row is actually quite similar to crochet. I am using worsted weight yarn here, and I'm using a 6.5mm Tunisian crochet hook, which you'll notice is much longer than a standard crochet hook. To get started, I'm going to make a slip knot, and I will insert my hook. To start our foundation row, we will create a foundation chain. I am going to make a chain of 10. So here we'll yarn over and we'll pull through the loop on the hook. Again, yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook to create our chains. Now your foundation chain, if your foundation chain has a chain of 10, that means we are going to have 10 stitches in this sample. So once we've completed our foundation row, we are going to work what we call our forward pass. Every row is made up of a forward pass and a return pass. Now we are going to pull up a loop out of every chain that we've created, but we already have one loop on our hook. That is the stitch for the first chain. So we are going to begin in the second chain from the hook. Flip your chain over. We want to insert our hook under this back bump on the back of the chain. Insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. You can do this in crochet as well, but in crochet it's a little tougher. But since we are using Tunisian crochet hook that is about 3 times larger than what you would use for a crochet hook for this size yarn, it's actually a lot easier. When you pull up your loop, you are going to leave that loop on your hook. And then you will go to the next back bump of the next chain and pull up your next loop. If done correctly, you will have these very nice looking V's at the bottom of your stitch. I am going to continue pulling up loops for every chain from the foundation chain, and I will show you what it looks like when we're done. Now I'm just working into the very last chain, going under that back bump and pulling up a loop. This is the end of our forward pass. So now we are going to do our return pass. At this point, it's basically like we've worked half of each stitch. So as we do our return pass, we are going to complete each stitch. So now we've completed our forward pass. If you've done it correctly, you should have 10 loops on your hook. To begin our return pass, we are going to yarn over and chain 1 by pulling it through the first loop on the hook. Then we will yarn over again and we'll pull through 2 loops on the hook. This is going to be completing our stitches. Now we will repeat that process. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over again and pull through 2 loops on the hook. You'll continue repeating this until you only have 1 loop on your hook. This is what I would call the standard return pass, and you will be using this for pretty much all the stitches, definitely all the basic stitches we do in Tunisian crochet. When you complete your foundation row, you will only have 1 loop left on your hook. If you're reading a pattern, the pattern's most likely going to say to chain a certain number of chain and to work a foundation row. This is how you would work your foundation row for that pattern. Now make sure to read the written portion of the lesson as it will discuss the different parts of your foundation chain. And make sure to check out the next part of this lesson where we will be learning the Tunisian simple stitch.